Hey guys, this is DeSHANTA B, and I'm here today to share with you a super easy crock-pot dump and go beef bone veggie and pasta soup. You know what time it is. Let's get to these ingredients and stop playing. For this recipe, you will need some beef bones, vegetable seasoning blend, or you can cut up a green pepper and some onions, a package of mixed vegetables. You can also use a small can of mixed vegetables, 1 or 2 potatoes, some pasta. It can be butter noodles, macaroni, whatever you prefer, ROTEL, diced tomatoes, and green chilies. If you don't want to use this brand, you can use whatever brand of diced tomatoes that you enjoy. Meat tenderizer. You can have a choice of not seasoned or seasoned. Black pepper and onion powder, garlic and herb seasoning, and basil, minced garlic, or you can use 1 to 2 cloves of fresh garlic and chop it. Sofrito, vegetable oil, fresh or dried thyme, Worcestershire sauce, your choice of browning sauce, beef stew seasoning mix. This is purely optional. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. White vinegar and oxtail seasoning. Beef stew sauce. If you do not have this, guys, you can substitute this with beef broth or a beef bouillon cube with water, or you can just use water. You will need a skillet. You will also need a large bowl and also a crock pot. Okay guys, let's go. Now I am going to clean the beef bones. Using a large bowl, I'm going to place the beef bones into the bowl, cover them with cold water, then add the white vinegar. Allow the meat to soak for no more than 15 minutes. Make sure to only use cold water on your beef bones. Then I will use a colander, drain the dirty water off, pat the beef bones dry with a paper towel, put them back into a clean bowl so that they can be seasoned. Let's go. Guys, I just want to share with you that these beef bones, also known as soup bones, are really meaty. When I'm making oxtails, I call this filler meat. When I'm making oxtails, I also use these when I don't have enough oxtails or the oxtails are just too dang expensive. So guys, just remember, if you're using beef rib, spare rib tips, or the spare ribs, or beef ribs period, you can use this as a filler. Going to let these beef bones soak for about no more than 15 minutes, guys. Also too, guys, please remember, once you have finished cleaning your meats or any meats, to sanitize your work area. It's truly important. Moving on. I'm going to season the beef bones or soup meat. First, I'd like to say, if you don't have the oxtail seasoning, you can substitute it with steak seasoning or your favorite all-purpose seasoning. Don't worry, if you don't have the seasoning, your recipe will still turn out great. Also, if you don't have the Old Bay garlic and herb seasoning, you can use any garlic and herb seasoning that you have in your pantry. Let's go. Guys, I can't tell you how much to use. If you're a beginner cook, I would suggest 1 to 2 teaspoons of each seasoning that you have in your pantry until you become comfortable with the seasoning process. Rub all of your seasonings well into your beef bones. Once you have seasoned the beef bones to your taste, then you're going to set it aside. Allow the meat to marinate from 30 minutes to overnight. This is definitely a meal that you can prep the night before. Okay guys, moving on. This next step is purely optional. If you don't have time to brown the beef bones and you want to skip this step, you can just place the beef bones into the crock pot and then follow the rest of the recipe. But for now, I have my heat on medium-high heat. I'm going to add some reserved chicken grease to the skillet and begin to brown the beef bones on both sides. Once they have browned, I have done all of the beef bones. I am then going to place them into the crock pot. Okay guys, just a little quick tip about what I was speaking about before. These are some extra beef bones that have been cleaned and seasoned. I'm going to place them into a Ziploc bag, label them, and put them in the deep freezer. When some oxtails go on sale, I will then add these to the oxtails as a filet meat, because ain't nobody got no time to be paying $25 for no 3 oxtails. You know what time it is. Stop playing. Okay guys, I have placed the browned beef bones into the Crockpot sleeve, and I'm going to place this back into the Crockpot. Then we're going to move on to the next step. Let's go. With this next step, guys, I will just be dumping everything into the Crockpot. I will be adding the seasoning blend, the diced tomatoes with green chilies, the beef stew sauce. Once again, guys, if you do not have this, you can use beef broth or water. I will also be adding the sofrito. If you don't have sofrito, guys, it's fine. You can use tomato paste and or tomato sauce. The only ingredients that will not be dumped into this Crockpot at this time are the mixed vegetables, the pasta, and the potatoes. Let's go. Now I'm just going to mix all of the ingredients until well combined. Then I'm going to place this into the Crockpot with the settings. Guys, I'm going to add about 1 to 2 cups, I guess you would call it, using this can of water, and I'm also going to add a bay leaf. I've placed the beef bones into the Crockpot for 4 hours. It's been 3.5 hours, guys, and now I'm going to check the beef bones to see how tender they are. And as you can see, they are very tender. Some of the meat is actually separating from the bone. So guys, what I'm going to do now is I am going to add the potatoes and the mixed vegetables. Let it cook for another 20 minutes. And then I will come back and add the pasta. I have washed and peeled and cut the potato into the size that I want to put into my soup. I place the potatoes into the cold water to keep them from turning brown until I needed them. I am also going to add the mixed vegetables to the soup. Let's go. Now I'm going to add the pasta to the beef soup. Guys, just take note. When you add your pasta, you want to make sure that you have enough broth in your beef bone soup. The pasta will absorb a lot of the broth while it's cooking. So just make sure that you have enough broth so that the soup is not too thick. Okay, let's go. I'm going to let this cook for about 12 to 15 minutes, and then this beef bone soup would be done. Okay, I'll be back. And here you have it, guys. A easy, quick, hearty, and thick beef bone crock-pot pasta and veggie soup. Guys, I removed the bay leaf, and I also removed any bones that detached from the beef bone itself. Guys, who would have thought that you would get so much meat and have a soup this hearty from beef bones? I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on the beef bones. You can ask your butcher or find the right store that have them. They are so much cheaper than oxtails and also beef ribs. But like I said earlier, guys, I do use them as a filler when I'm cooking oxtails or beef ribs. Guys, you can see the pasta. You can see the veggies. Look at all of that meat. This soup will definitely feed a family of 4 or more. So serve this with some hot water cornbread or regular cornbread. Add some butter biscuits or even get a baguette. Guys, the possibilities are endless. And remember what I said, guys. Be careful who you feed. I tell you one thing. When you have a feel-good meal, a feel-good, easy recipe, folks just ain't gonna leave you alone. So just know who you're feeding, guys, because they will come back once you try this recipe and adapt it to your way of cooking. Guys, please like, subscribe, and share this video. I also have a before payday meals site on YouTube if you just want to subscribe to just get the recipes. And like I said earlier, guys, if your broth is too thick, just add a little bit of beef broth or a little bit of water, because the pasta will absorb a lot of the broth. So you know what I'm about to say. You know what time it is. Give this recipe a try and stop playing. And until next time, bye guys.